Nice. Any more to the left and a squirrel would have lost an eye somewhere. That was somehow even worse. Have you tried aiming? It makes all the difference. You have to... Hey, stop it. You've proven your point. You can aim. Is it the trajectory you're miscalculating or the tension? Or do you just not have the strength to do it right? I think I get it. The tiller is off. You need to compensate with your knocking and anger points. Place the arrow a little higher on the string. There you go, don't let go. And anger slightly higher as well, to the corner of your cheek, not your lips. Now watch that royal nose of yours. Mercy me, not literally. Stop crossing your eyes, how are you meant to aim like that? All I mean is don't slice it off. Give that a try. Your hands were shaking before you even had it that full draw. You won't have me to blame in a real scenario. Alright, try again. Maybe the baddie was taking a little nap and you can still ambush him. Yeah, you hit something at least. The baddie is slightly inconvenienced with a mild limp. Hey, slow down, act quick. See, what I think your problem is that you're trying too hard. You treat it as an exact science when sometimes you just have to go with your gut. You can calculate the speed and direction of the wind, sure, or you can feel it on your skin and adjust accordingly. You can look for the most lethal angle, or you can adapt to the tide and take what's available. Though I suppose the latter point isn't much of a consideration in your case. No, I know. You hit the target on occasion. You can fend for yourself. But did you really think I would let you? What? You thought you might go free if you could shoot a few arrows? This isn't about your freedom. It isn't about your status or titles or even the crown. This is about you. People out there need you alive so they have something to believe in. You aren't half as bad a ruler as you think. I know quite a bit about it actually, thank you very much. You'll notice I have successfully remained alive during both your and your father's rule, and the latter took far more effort than you realize. I only nearly died once during your reign, I'll have you know. It hardly even counts as perilous. Or should we consider your reign to have already ended by the time you ran into my arms in the woods? Oh, what would you call it then? When you ambushed me with your escape? Well, that was the only time I thought I might not live. Don't flatter yourself, that dagger was far less concealed than you think. No, it was the guardsmen chasing after you that had me worried. Why would I not have seen them? Of course I saw them. Why else did you think I knew to bother with you? Now, I sometimes wish I hadn't. You are troublesome, meddlesome, and somehow you manage to always get into trouble or cause some for me. Not to mention that you're greatly distracting and terribly overbearing at times. Sometimes I wish I could go back to heading the crown as I used to. How could I, now that I know you? Could you hate someone who brightens your day? Do you hate me? How do I not brighten your day? I'm teaching you to shoot so you'd have more days to begin with. They'd be very dark if you didn't wake up at all. It would be eternal night for you without my generous efforts. Yeah, I mean it. You're a terrible shot and generally awful at avoiding danger. Oh, the brightening part, sure. How sunny do you expect my life to otherwise be? Don't answer that. I don't want you imagining my life. Sometimes I get out of bed early only because I know you'll be by the fire. I know it isn't a bed, and I know I'd get up just fine otherwise too. But sometimes it's that first ray of dawn that reminds me why I haven't given up. Why I believe that you deserve to live, if not to rule. Though I wouldn't mind the latter either. You are kind and generous and patient with those who have lost their way. You never look down upon me despite all the costs I've given you. And I see how you look at the people who forsook you all too eagerly. Like you live only to serve them, to prove you can mend things and make their lives better, even at the cost of your own. You should hate me, despise me. Yet here you are, looking up at me with those clear eyes that have seen nothing at all and too much at the same time. I could mistake you for a friend, and now at last I understand why people grow infatuated with those they can't reach. I could think you truly cared for me, your lowly peasant subject. I know you do. You care for all your subjects, you've proven that. And I care for you too. I said I care for you too. I don't want to, and I don't mean to, but I do. I care for you, I crave your company, and I can't stand the thought of what comes at the end of this, win or lose. You won't be part of my world anymore. You are something to me that I never thought I might have. I'm not going to spell it out, come. The baddies have been put fully to sleep now. No, don't go. May I? Are you sure? You will regret this. You make terrible decisions. My liege, you have struck my manners into me. No, I will not get up, thank you. You may go. It would be best if you go. You really do make yourself an easy target, my liege. My love. You need what? A new bow. What for? Oh, I see. I'm not really sorry, but I can say that I am. If a bow was the payment for holding your hand now, I consider it a bargain. Besides, I never give you the good bows anyway. No way. Can you imagine the damage you would do with a perfectly precise longbow? You forget it suits my interest to render you unable to end my days at well. Though maybe I should give you the option now. For safety, of course, yours as much as mine. You never know what might awaken in the forest. Thanks. I wouldn't end your days either. In fact, I'll make sure you have plenty more of them. Are they gone? Hi, it's the real Shamise again. Whoa, we've taken a break. This is a scene from a novel idea I have that I'm trying to work into a real book, but it never becomes formed enough for me to actually write it, so I'm mostly just conceptualizing it. And I actually got into scripting these audio things because I thought that if I spent more time with the characters, maybe I'd have an easier time forming the story, but that part's not really working. But I hope you enjoyed this scene. It was a lot of fun to write, and when I shared the script for others to do, someone covered it and they made it so dirty that I wanted to do it myself to see if the scene really was quite that filthy. And yep, it almost is. But I think he added an extra layer of dirt on top because in my head, it's such an innocent scene. Like, the bow is supposed to break when the listener, when you take it from the speaker, me, and toss it aside. That's when the bow breaks. Okay, it's perfectly innocent. All they do is kiss. Okay. Oh, it was so much more innocent in my head, I guess. Maybe I'm a bit naive. But anyway, I hope it didn't bother you too much that you don't really have the backstory to this whole thing. It's a story where you're a queen, actually. I swapped the genders because I can't act a man. I tried because the script doesn't really work when I'm a woman. It's just not the same dynamic. But unfortunately, I cannot suddenly turn into a man. Sorry to disappoint, at least myself. But anyway, the story. So you are a queen who one day you wake up, that's chapter 2. You wake up and your whole castle is on fire. Oh no, and you have to escape. And here's your trusty white knight to shove you out, essentially the window, I guess, and make you escape in the dead of the night. But he's gotta stay back, so you gotta run on your own. And you escape. And as you escape, you notice that you're being chased by your royal guard. So yay, they've come to save you. Except why are they then shooting in your direction? So you keep escaping because what is going on? You're not sure what's going on. And you escape into the woods and you have instructions that if you can make it past 3 hills, your white knight will one day meet you there when she's able. I don't know. I don't know anymore. But as you're running through these woods, you get ambushed, sort of, by a band of brigands. These, like, rogues waiting to capture you. And they take you into their captivity, but you're willing to go because the alternative is death. So you're happy to go with them. And they turn out to be really nice, of course, and they kind of want to protect you, but kind of also not. And they have a vote about it, and they choose to keep you alive. And then you have the whole mystery of figuring out who wanted to kill you and who wants to keep you. And there's this archer who grows to be your partner. And this is who I am in this scene, the archer. And this is how we start dating. Except that the scene is very different in the book. I just found it. I wrote this script, I think, a month ago. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about it. We'll get to that next. But I wrote this script a month ago. I originally wrote the scene, I think, 4 years ago at this point. Wow, I'm old. But yeah, now I found the original, and I thought I was following it in this script, but nope, I am really not. But this is the new version, and I quite like it. I think I'm gonna make it cleaner for the book, if it ever comes to be a book. Anyway, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting for this one. I got sick, and it wasn't too bad, but I could neither speak nor hear well, so it wasn't optimal for this. But I still got some editing done. So once I got back, it was quite quick to put this together. I just had to do the recording and then edit my own voice, which is, I think, my least favorite part. But I got the sound design done with the help of a little AI and a lot of lorem ipsum. Listen to this.
That was somehow even worse. Lorem sit ipsum ad ipsum.
But don't worry, it gets worse.
Pelentesca veleros ad octor portitorally.
They say AI is going to replace all of us, but I'm feeling pretty secure right now. Okay, enough rambling. I always cut out a portion because it always goes on for way too long. And I'm trying to make it reasonable, but that never happens. I always end up telling you something completely pointless. Which reminds me, oh, no. No more tangents, okay? I have so much to tell you, but I will tell you in the next video because I wrote the next video. I'm so excited to do it. But I might publish it only later because it's for a specific date. Okay, that's it. I think, yeah, no more excitement. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll stick around. I hope to see you again. Until then, be well and take care.